He doesn't even see us as friends. The initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. As the era spread, these variations became increasingly extreme.
So, this was how Claire would die.
Well, this is depressing.
She knew it would happen eventually. She was rubbish at jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order. The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed.
Oh, the
Wait.
water's bad. Hey.
What?
Oh.
Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
Ah, so Claire's going to be the one that helps us across the water.
She'd need a cape. There was no getting around that. You couldn't be a superhero without a cape. Claire didn't want confusion. If you saw a cape, that made matters clear. You knew what you were dealing with. Claire was all about communication. And, you know, floating in water, which was her superpower.
It's just Claire and John right now. Oh, here they are.
All right. Fear not, my skinny friends, for I am Claire, and I will save you. Claire needed to come up with a superhero name as soon as possible. Claire was rubbish.
Well, Claire's not bad. It is literally your name. Water Woman, Aqua Woman. Although I think that's copyrighted.
Claire arrived just in time, which was, of course, the perfect moment for superheroes to arrive.
Alright. Water is rising to help Claire out. It is a bit of a wait here. Okay. I'm kind of worried that if I jump too much...
Claire vowed to save this little rectangle in as many restarts as it took.
Okay, so they're aware of the restarts. I was kind of curious about that.
Claire wondered if Thomas would make a good sidekick. Or was she more the lone Avenger type? She'd like that. The sole hero in a world of rectangles and conveniently placed pools of toxic water.
Am I gonna have to... Yeah, okay. Take care of Claire first.
The others told Claire that staircases were a bit of a fixture here. Claire wondered why the world made it so difficult.
Well, I could have taken Christopher. Then let's get the last one. Okay, and then we'll have to take John through the water. Let me pull Claire over a little bit. Leave over there so Claire can get around.
Claire probably needed a nemesis, a villain who
Is
would
it the world
show
your
their
nemesis
true
right now?
colours at the worst possible moment, hurting all she held dear. Chris was the most obvious choice. He seemed stroppy enough, and his jump was so pathetic that it conveniently avoided Claire's insecurities. Yes, Chris. Diabolical Chris. The fiendish Christopher.
Okay, so we're gonna have to take care of this ourselves. Let's go ahead and get everybody down. Also, I don't think Christopher would want to be labeled as a bad guy. Like, you're labeling everybody and you barely even know them.
Wait. Where had Chris gone? Was he off somewhere? Plotting Claire's downfall? If Claire was honest, and she had to be because she was a superhero, this was a troubling turn of events. Still, there were reasonably sized bodies of water to cross.
Girl realizes she can float, and suddenly she decides, like, to make everybody into part of her fan fiction. I'm gonna bring you first in case there's water down here. No, but there is a U-shaped block. I'll leave you alone for a minute. Let's go ahead and put these in. Alright.
Moving platforms over water, eh? Claire's newly heightened senses told her that there were multiple paths across with various possible configurations of the little posse.
How about we do it like this? Ooh, I thought we were going to lose John for a second.
They were doing really well. Claire hoped she could get them all across. John was fully aware he could do this alone. Thomas hoped he'd never have to.
Aw, Thomas is lonely. He doesn't want to be alone anymore. Okay. Okay. So, can't use the
Claire
water.
was alone, which was odd, because she wasn't meant to be alone. She needed to be where there were rectangles to save.
Okay, I gotta figure out
Being
the right
only
position.
superhero in a given space kind of defeats the object. Spikes? It was new. Claire avoided them. She decided they were most likely her kryptonite. Not the rubbish red kryptonite either, the proper radioactive green stuff.
How do you know about kryptonite in this world? How do you know the proper one is the green one? Oh, it's just her and John. Wait, isn't this the same thing all over again?
Wow. Deja vu. The world was repeating. And this time Thomas was here. Claire felt something had gone wrong. There was a disturbance in the force. Something had altered the Matrix. The world was reacting to their progress. It was amassing its forces. It was plotting against them. Claire finally had a nemesis.
It's Claire versus the world. This is what, chapter 3 or 4? I built protections into the system. When overlaps occurred, the world generated a splitter to remove unwanted additions. It's like a white blood cell. It investigates, it captures, and it removes from play. Christopher and a new guy. Kinda looks like John, but it isn't John. Oh, you can't get through.
Laura was pleased this one was behind a wall. Maybe he'd never know what she could do. Maybe they could just have a conversation. Hang out.
Okay, so Laura...
As long as he didn't find out what she could do. Which would never happen so long as they stayed separate.
Okay, so Laura can do something that she doesn't want people to find out. And she has the same colors as Thomas, so I'm guessing she's lonely. There's a little black speck that keeps popping around.
Laura didn't have time to worry about the ominous pixel cloud. It had been following her for some time, and it had kept itself to itself until now. More important was the little orange thing, which was looking at her in a way that she kind of, well, liked.
Oh. Oh, she's a bouncy one. Yeah, that thing's moving around all over the
As the
place.
square, who had shyly introduced himself as Chris, bounced atop Laura, she began to worry that he was just using her like all the others had. They'd all bounced too, and then they disappeared when her back was turned.
Oh, she's been used a lot.
Only the ominous pixel cloud ever remained, looking a little bigger and a little less hungry with every disappearing friend.
Oh. Did she think that she's part of the cloud situation then?
With every bounce, Laura found herself less and less irritated by Chris. She started to miss him when he wasn't there, on another platform or something.
Let me do it like this instead. Oh wait, I see what I gotta do. Gotta wait for that to come back down now.
She'd wonder what he was up to. Was he missing her? He wasn't saying very much.
Okay, so she needs to go a little bit higher for him to get up there. But they're going together.
Chris was in love. She was perfect. He had to tell her so.
So Chris likes them
At
long,
some point,
just not
He
tall.
would definitely tell her.
Likes them short and long.
Probably best to wait for a moment the large, ominous pixel cloud wasn't about, though. Yeah, probably
Maybe.
best to wait.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. And then Laura will have no trouble. I guess Laura is a little bit shorter than him. Can Laura get up here? No. Okay. I was thinking she could. That's no problem. See, Laura's going to have no trouble with this section. Listen, I know Laura and Chris are probably a straight couple, but like, they are just a single color missing from like the lesbian flag. Anyway, I'm just saying, they are just a single color off. Hey, look, there's the other one. No, I think they need the yellow one too. Not the yellow one, the white one, I think is also part of it.
Chris was massively disappointed to run into the gang again. He'd enjoyed the alone time with his new girlfriend.
Is that what she's calling you? Is that what she's okay with you calling her? Or have you even asked her yet?
Was it too early to refer to Laura as his girlfriend? Only if I say it out loud, he told himself.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want to scare her off. The others seemed suspicious of Laura, and the eager-looking pixel cloud of death which seemed to be watching her. Sure, they'd use her inherent bounciness to reach slightly higher jump points, but they wouldn't strike up a conversation with her. Chris found them rude.
That is super rude.
Rude? And always there.
Let me just... Oh, I just realized I need to use... Because at this moment... Yeah. Okay. He couldn't get up there. There we go. And now Laura could go over there. I mean, this is all probably just AI and stuff being trained. I feel like it's kind of easy to tell at this point that they're being tested for something.
The others wouldn't drop it. Who's that cloud guy? Why is he following us? What's that rumbling hungry sound he keeps making? Chris, can we just leave Laura behind?
No, Laura's one of the team now. I think I'm gonna have trouble. Moving a couple of these characters around. Judging by the game, I thought this would be Thomas the Train horror game. No. Although I understand why you would think that. Also, hello. Yes. Hi. I did not understand the other bit. I assumed that was just like key smashing. Hello. Welcome. This is a... Actually, this is a pretty old game called Thomas Was Alone. No, I was a button off on my keyboard. Oh, okay. But this is a very old game. That's been on Steam for a while. It does give me like Stanley Parable or like the beginner guide vibes. I don't think that's necessarily what they were trying to go for. But it does feel like it's from that old classic era of like games that are trying to be like philosophical and stuff like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to put you here. You're a button off on your keyboard. It happens sometimes to me. No, that's fair. It happens to everybody. Oh. Let's see. You're going to need help getting up. Let's see. There we go. I'm so glad the physics, like, worked with that. Oh, no, that's going to be not fun. Let's see. I should be able to just walk over here. Oh, God! Don't fall, Tom! Oh, Thomas fell. Kind of sounds like... It does kind of look like it would be a co-op game, but it's not. This is all single player. Getting these guys to all land at the same time. There we go. But no, this I don't think there is any like second player on this. There's like 3 different jumps. I'm trying to think of how this works. Oh. You got 3 guys that can do 3 different types of jumps. We got 1 girl that can do a bounce, 1 girl that can float. Game is slightly louder than you, by the way, but a tiny bit. Yeah, I had trouble figuring it out earlier. Every time I pause the game or like switch screens, it does.
Laura liked her new gang. She liked Chris.
It goes mute.
These ones seem to be sticking around too. Not like those losers from before.
That restart my level. It did. Okay, we're going to a point where levels are restarting. Okay. That's fun. How's the volume now? I'm trying not to do too much, but let's see. I'll do it a little bit lower. I did have a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out the right level.
Laura liked her new gang. She liked Chris. She liked
okay.
having friends. These ones seem to be sticking around too. Not like those losers
Still
from before.
A little loud. I'll go to 12. Is that doing any better? Maybe I better... think so? Yeah? Okay. Okay, I hope so. Because I did have a little difficulty trying to figure out, like, the perfect range for this. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to put her up here. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's see how this is gonna work. Because I'm gonna have to get her a little bit higher. So Christopher can get up here. There we go. And then you. And then you. And then Claire. And then Laura. There we go. Okay, well, I guess.
The pixel cloud was getting closer. It was spending more and more time hovering around. Laura could tell it was making the others uncomfortable.
Let's see. Yeah, you can't jump on John by herself. That's why we have Chris. Okay. And then you should be able to go up now. Okay. Wait, is Claire slightly lower? No, they're the same height. Okay. But this still helps, I think. Because I could just use this side. There we go. Oh god. Let's see. I'm glad that it only kills like... Oh my god. It only kills like a couple of them. And not the entire set. Okay, so when I am on the platform, I'm seeing this now. Okay, I'm having a little bit of issue here. It's not letting me... You can't jump when you're on the platform. You have to wait till it stands still. See, like, this is no problem. I say as it becomes a problem. There we go.